Hello. Welcome to my channel, Texas Gal Treasures. Today, I am sharing with you five things that I always pick up when I go to thrift stores or garage sales. These are things that either bring in big profits or are items that are really great, that bread and butter item that will sell consistently, usually $20 or more. And some of these items that are bread and butter, there are some standout items that can also sell for really high ticket prices. So if you're new here, welcome. I make videos all about thrifting to resell, videos about jewelry and all kinds of good things like that. So let's dive into the five things because I went thrifting today and most of what I'm going to show you is something I bought today. There are two things that are not, but the first one is this. And if you don't recognize this brand, it's one that you should definitely get on your radar. And this is Laurel Birch. And I have some images to share with you of different styles and prices you can expect to get from Laurel Birch. This I got for $3.99. I can't remember if this was on, would they have the 30% off day and the 50% off day, but I don't remember if this is one that I got on that. I couldn't actually find this exact bag that I got there. So let me show you some other Laurel Birch items. Let me make myself smaller over here. This is the style that you can expect from Laurel Birch. A lot of times Laurel Birch are cats. I am doing this live. So if you're live and you're here, let me know that the audio sounds okay because I've got my other mic hooked up. So anywho, so Laurel Birch does a lot of cats. So you'll see this style, kind of swirly, big eyes, and kind of an outlined look. Hello, Pam. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you. If you can hear me, let me know. So next, so here's another one. This is a bunny rabbit. And I've sold Laurel Birch wooden figurines before. The ones I sold were like so big and there were cats and they sold for, I would say about $25 to $35, the ones that I've had, but some of them clearly are selling for lots of money. Oh, great. You can hear me. Thank you so much. But you'll also see Laurel Birch, not just with figurines, but there's also jewelry. These are Laurel Birch cheetahs that sold for $127 and like cats, enamel pins. So you'll see lots of, there are mugs, bags, sweatshirts, sweaters, all kinds of crazy stuff. They don't all go for these huge prices, but it's definitely worth it if you see a Laurel Birch. Once you know the style and you're like, I know that one, then grab it. You know, if you're at the thrift store, do a Google image search on eBay, see like, is this one that's going to be a good seller? And they usually sell pretty quickly. I don't have Laurel Birch stuff sitting around a long time. I don't think I have any listed right now. Here's the same style of like the bag I've got. It's got these people on it. You don't see a whole lot of people with Laurel Birch. There's like animals, cats, things like that. But this is a scarf that sold for $35, and that was on Canada. Thanks for being here, you guys. So that's the first one. Laurel Birch brand style art is first. Second, I've got two different, wait, did I count these as separate ones? One, two. Oh, well, we're just going to go with it. If I end up with six, I end up with six. The next brand that I always pick up, and I've gotten so much of it lately, so excited, is LL Bean bags. So I've got this LL Bean bag, and this one is a toiletry bag. So this one, I didn't expect this to be LL Bean, but I was looking at a bag right next to it that was LL Bean. And then I saw the little tag here, and I was like, ooh, okay, cool. So this one I got today, $6.99. I paid up a little. I was like, I'm going to take a chance because it's not the normal style. I'll show you the normal style, and then you'll be able to spot it like that, you'll see why I didn't realize this was LL Bean. But it's just pristine inside. So I thought I'm going to take a chance on it. And let me show you what I saw for this. It's like not a toiletry. Well, yeah, like a toiletry bag. So here's this one that sold for $28. Now this one's a brand new one. Mine isn't brand new, but it's in like new condition. Here's another one sold for $25. And the reason I saw it and realized, oh, this is a LL Bean, and this is the bag that I saw that was next to it. So if you've seen this style of bag that's a canvas bag like this, they're such good bags. I have such a hard time selling them. I keep them, but they're like sturdy and really kind of a thick canvas. So this is one, and it's a mini. This one I got also today for $3.99. And let me show you this one. Here we go. This one, I saw a few different price points on the solds on this one. So this one sold for $20. But I saw some others that were up. I think I only saw 2 others that were up. And one of the other ones that was up for sale was priced at almost $60. So maybe I'll price this one a little higher because I only saw 2 other ones in this pattern that were up at all. So that's good. And then this one kind of rolls together. It is, I'm going to come, hang on, let me get that. I want to show you like what kind of prices you can see on some of these. Here we go. There we go. Before I move to the next brand. So this is a vintage LL Bean gardening boat bag, and it's $600. And this is something that is consistent. So this isn't just like a one-off. If you go look at LL Bean and the canvas bags like this, and then you search on the solds by highest plus shipping, then you'll see that there are some that are selling for hundreds of dollars. So this one sold for $600, and there were multiple like this that sold for that price. You know, here's another one, $540. Crazy, right? Oop, we're coming back to that one in a second. So that is another brand to keep on the lookout for. So this is the LL Bean. I have 2 more bags upstairs because I'm on the fence about keeping them. But this is the other brand, and you can see it looks very similar to the LL Bean, right? But this one is, and it's similar quality, really heavy canvas. This one is Land's End. Where's the brand tag for it? Hang on. It's here. I saw it a second ago. Anywho. Oh, well, you can look in the bottom and see it's, I don't know if you can see down there. It says Land's End, but there, I swear there was a tag on it. Oh, there it is. Okay. I was like, there is. I know there is. There it is. Land's End right there. So Land's End is another really great brand that will bring really good prices, not quite as high as the LL Bean ones. But let me show you. So this is the bag that I have, the Land's End one. I mean, still, you know, $48. These are brand new still with the tags. But I'm so on the fence about keeping it because they're such good bags. So here's another Land's End, very similar to the one I've got, just a different color scheme. It's got the red straps instead of the green. So $50. This one's pre-owned. What did I get this one for? I think I took the tag off this one because I was like, I'm going to keep it. But now that I'm like $50, I don't know. I may be selling it. Okay, so we're back to that. Then the next thing, tell me, and if you're, some of you guys are here live or if you're watching later, leave a comment about something that you like to pick up every time you see it. What did I have next on my, I feel like I'm missing something. The next thing, my jewelry people will appreciate this. My Goodwill has started selling jewelry again. And I don't buy every single bag I see. They're selling it. She said, the lady, there's a sign up, there's a $12.99 a pound, but this one was $7.99. And I don't, like I said, I don't buy every single one that I see, but this one had a lot of this in it. And I was like, I think I could do something with that, whether or not it's actually turquoise. So what I did, I went ahead and poked a hole in the bag. So my friends that like to see jewelry unboxings, you're in for a mini treat. The question I get a lot, so like here I've got this necklace. There's 2 options for this necklace. If this necklace is turquoise, then I could be looking at hundreds of dollars. If this necklace is not turquoise, I could be looking at 20s of dollars or more, you know, but under 100 probably. And a quick check on this is if you look, I'm going to go on one of the bigger stones. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but a quick check is if you look inside the hole of the stone, I don't think you're going to be able to, if it won't focus for you. Anyway, if you look inside the hole, then you'll see you might see some white in there. And if it's white in the hole, then you are looking at dyed howlite, which will still sell. It's just not going to sell like crazy turquoise prices. And then another thing that kind of gave it away for me that it's probably not going to be really real turquoise is that. If it's super expensive turquoise, the last thing you want to have happen is be wearing it and then getting, oh God, I would never, this is like so much jewelry. I love jewelry, but that's a lot, is having it like fall off or something with it. It's a pretty strong magnet though. But yeah, so probably on this one, but it's a really nice like multi-strand. And you can also see, can you see like the variation, like the color? Like that one's a super blue, and this one's more like a turquoisey turquoise, greeny turquoise. I don't know. Anyway, so that one probably going to end up with some research. I'm guessing around $30, $40 is what I'll sell that one for. But for a bag of stuff, and there's other stuff in there that will sell, but that was what kind of caught my eye. I was like, I'll buy that one. I don't care what else is in there. It's all extra. So that'll probably be a nice seller too, that turquoise bead necklace, the colored one. I mean, there's some other neat stuff in there. We'll save it. And then this one I did buy today. This one was $7.99. And let me show you why. See if my jewelry people spot it. Ta-da! Right there. When I saw that, I was like, ooh, this is what I'm telling you. Not everybody at the thrift store knows what everything is. And I poked it so I could pull it out. If you get something like this, and I know I can't describe the weight of it to you, it's super duper light. And so if you're working at the thrift store and you don't know what this is, you might think, oh, those are some plastic beads. These are not plastic beads. These are amber. So these are amber beads. And the cool part, one, they are vintage. They have a tag on them that say made in Hong Kong. And that is vintage. And then I noticed too that there was this tied thing on here. So I'm like, is it more than one? I didn't even cut it off because I was like, let's do it together. Oh, can I pick apart this knot is the question. So as I'm doing that, I'm seeing, look, we have, it's not one necklace. There are these barrel, I can't get the thingy off. Maybe I should have got it off first. But there are these barrel beads. Aha, there we go. Got it. So all of these are necklaces on their own. So I've got a bunch of them. And they've got the little barrel clasps. So these are a special kind of bead as well. So let me show you what they're called. I actually could not find any that were exactly like this. This was the closest I could find. The style of bead that are like this, they're like little flat discs, right? And a lot of times you'll see that with coconut shells or what else do you see it with? Sometimes turquoise will have these, what's it called? Heishi? I'm going to butcher the word. Let's see. Heishi bead necklace, where they're little, just like discs, right? You see that? And this one is much nicer than what I've got and is selling for a ton of money, but I couldn't really find any exactly like mine. And you can see too, the coloring, there's different colors as far as amber goes. There's like cognac, there's honey, there's like different flavor colors. And I was going to show you with my, just like a quick test too. But my UV light is out of battery. So they will fluoresce under a UV light. And there's other ways to test. They'll like static electricity. If I rub them on my jeans and have some bits of paper, the paper static, it will get attracted to the static, what do they call it? Electrostatic. Kirk says, like to pick up signed paperweights. Yay. Yeah, totally. So I've got a number of these and I've got to figure out what I'm going to price them at, because when you look on eBay, especially, you're going to see prices all over the place as far as amber goes. And I think that some of the sellers have their prices too low, but that everybody's going to do their own thing. So here's just a little sampling that I grabbed for off of eBay sold. So here you see one sold for $99. This one sold for $25, and they're just like, this one sold for $690 because that's the butterscotch. You see, it's like really like thick looking cognac and butterscotch. Here's the honey amber, kind of like what these are. But there's a mix in there. There's some darker ones as well. Anyway, so I've got to sit down and really do some digging and figure out what I would sell these for individually. But for the price and then like everything else that's in there, there's some fun stuff in there. I'll save it for my jewelry peeps for later. But I mean, there's some really cool things in here. Like, looks like somebody took some pencils and made a pendant out of it. Anyway, if you're not a jewelry person and you're interested in becoming one, I do jewelry unboxings, even just for fun. And we have fun. We have fun talking about jewelry and making up stories and songs. And it's good times. Yeah. Let's see. And then the next thing is something I got today. And it's sort of like I might do a catch and release, which means I might keep it for a little while. And let's see. Oh, wait. Okay, there's two more things. I'm going to save the last one for the last, obviously. So the next thing is actually something that's already sold. I got it at a garage. No, I didn't get this at a garage sale. I got this at Goodwill. And the brand is Creuset. And I've talked about this brand before, but it is totally something you need to keep an eye out for. If you don't know this brand, you need to know it ASAP. Because you could be walking by it and not know and be missing out on a ton of money. And one quick way to see is that it has this ombre style where it gets dark and it gets lighter as it goes up. And I didn't know they made like planters. And this one sold, I feel like it took an offer. So I think it was more like $60 that I sold this for. But I got it at a thrift store for like $4. And then they make mostly like pots, really heavy, like cast metal pot. I feel like this is maybe a low price. I wonder if it has some damage or something, but still $99.99. That just sold recently. Here's another one. This purple one sold for $191, but you see that ombre. This one's got the name right up on top, which is also super helpful. But I also saw when I was going through I saw your question. I'm coming to that. I also saw when I was going through people will just sell, like if you find just the lid, I saw just a lid that sold for $20. So definitely, and I have a Le Creuset pot upstairs, a giant one, and has no lid, but I'm not about to go hunt down the lid. I don't need it that bad. So here I took just a screenshot of some of the different higher priced ones. There were ones more than this, but that you could keep it. It looked like this big roasting type pot. That oval shape, right, was selling for a lot. So if you see the oval type ones, I don't have one of those, then, 400. This is a set that sold for 500. I guess they didn't want to break it up. So yeah, keep an eye out for that Le Creuset stuff. And you had a question, Chantel. So I still have yes, I do still have it. That was one of my keepers. I knew I would never find another one like it. I'll have to pull it out sometime to show y'all. But I got a ruby ring from a ThredUp box, I think. And it's so cool. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm keeping it. All right. So the last thing, I was at the thrift store this afternoon and I was actually teasing my kid with this item that I found. And I was like, what in the heck is this? So they were on the other aisle and I saw this and I was holding it up over the aisle, like puppet show, right? But at first, just kind of like joking, I found our new piggy bank because it's a piggy bank selling for, I bought it for $3.99. And then I got to looking at it and I was like, this thing is too funky to not be something. It's got like a random propeller wooden head. At first I thought it was a frog. And then I was like, no, it's not a frog. It's got 4 legs, 2 arms, and a tail. And I was like, what is this? And it's a bank, a piggy bank. It's crazy, right? So my last thing is look at the weird stuff. All right. Look at the weird stuff because what this is, and this one I found one sold. There's none up on eBay. So here's me. Oh, let's see if I want to show that because there's me in the car taking a picture of it. Here. There's me in the car taking a picture so I could look it up on Google. But this is a sold on Etsy for this item. It is I'm going to try to say this name, Godeline de Rosamel Being Bank Abstract Sculpture. I guess it was put out by Anthropology. And this sold on Etsy for $175. Right? So if you see something weird, look it up because, yeah, weird sells, and sometimes weird sells for a ton of money. And when I looked this up, there were other things. There was one that looked like a sheep sort of thing. So keep an eye out for things like that as well. Is that it? Was that all my stuff? I think that was all my stuff. Definitely let me know what else you like to pick up. My favorite right now, and at first I was like, well, I'll just keep it. It's fun. And then I saw $175 and I was like, how much do I like it? So this may end up on the shelf in my living room for a little while until I just don't think I'm going to keep that. Oh, I don't know. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence. What would you do? It's one of those things where you're like, I know I'm not going to see another one, but do I want to see another one? I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you always pick up for either for bread and butter type items or for those big ticket, like craziness items, because we can all learn from each other. And I hope you enjoyed this. And if you're into videos like this, then make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I will see you on the next one. Thanks for hanging out live. And thanks you guys for watching later. See you later.